Hello, my name is Monique Nowlin, and I'm your host for this episode of Our Ventura TV. Today, I'll be talking with Nancy Ambriz, County of Ventura for America's Job Center of California, or AJCC. Nancy will be talking about prospects during the pandemic, how older adults can ready themselves for employment during and post COVID-19. Nancy, thank you for being here and welcome.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Well, prior to the pandemic, there was a growing number of older adults remaining in the workforce or looking to return to the workforce. What can older adults do now to prepare themselves for an opportunity, and how can the AJCC best assist them?
Well, there's so many things that older adults can do right now. And by the way, the definition of older adults hits more of us than you would imagine. Technically, if you're 40 years and older, you are considered an older adult. So many folks fit that category. So what are the best things that you can do? Well, right now, I would highly recommend that you invest in yourself, invest in your learning. We have now moved into a whole different era. We are now in a digital environment. And who's to say when it's going to go away? Perhaps our new normal will be this. So a very good way to start is by starting in small steps. I would enlist family and friends who are comfortable with technology to do a little practicing, to do some Zoom meetings, to do some Skyping, to do things so that you become gradually comfortable and skilled at learning some of the technology and how to use the resources. Then take another step and invest in your training. There's so many resources available for everyone to learn how to not just communicate, but actually to do work that you can get money for. So investing in yourself is number one.
So it sounds like you think on the horizon for job opportunities for older adults, it's really going to be virtual opportunities. So it's important to get those virtual skills. Is that what I'm hearing?
That is exactly correct. We are moving into a whole different type of environment. If you recall, prior to the pandemic, we were already seeing a movement away from the brick and mortar stores. We were seeing, various big box stores closing down. Our malls were shedding jobs. Our retail industry in particular was declining and moving to an online type of environment. So yes, there was already a movement afoot, and now the pandemic just basically accelerated that particular type of work even faster. So if you weren't investing in your technology skills, now we really have to invest even more so.
Very good. And what type of specific resources do you all have at the AJCC to help an older adult in this area?
We have so many resources available. For example, under one of the programs under the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, which is funded in part by our Workforce Development Board, we offer job training opportunities. Especially if you're a veteran, we have veteran opportunities. We also have opportunities for adults who maybe haven't been in the workforce for a while. Also, if you're a dislocated worker, meaning you're someone that was gainfully employed and your company decided, well, we can't afford to work under this environment and do business because of COVID or for any other reason, we're moving out of Ventura County or we're just shutting our business. You are considered someone who could benefit as a dislocated worker and access some training. So we do have training resources available. Also through our partners, we have Department of Rehabilitation that works with us as well. Our partners with the community college, with adult education. So it is an opportunity to access resources through our system. And the way to access these services, actually, we may be closed for in-person services right now due to the pandemic, but we're not closed virtually. We're there for you every day. And we have wonderful staff that are kind and willing to shepherd you through the process and help you feel comfortable with a new way to communicate and access some of the training that's going to benefit you. So we have a website, and I would consider that as our virtual resource room or virtual center, AJCC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's available for you 24/7, and you can access it by going to www.venturacountyajcc.org.
And all of the training and the resources, do those cost money, or is it fee-based? How does it work if I'm interested in utilizing those resources?
There is no money that anyone will charge you. In fact, we provide funding for training and even some assistance for additional support, because we know that folks don't have a lot of extra cash, of course, and it's never been, any type of fee for our services, either for employers or for our participants. It's all your tax dollars at work. Many of you have actually worked jobs for a long time, paid into our tax system. So this is available for you to benefit from at this point in time, to upgrade your skills, to retrain, and to really be prepared for new jobs.
Well, thank you. Well, Nancy, are there specific jobs or careers that an older adult worker should be looking for, or they might pursue with greater success?
In saying that, I would discourage, obviously, we're looking at technology, we're looking at different types of occupations, but oftentimes that decision is based on a person's skills, abilities, interests. So if I say, well, older workers should go only into this type of category of jobs, this sector occupation, then what if it's not something that's in their strength or something that they like? But before we embark on that journey, we actually will work with folks and do an assessment and work with them to determine, well, in my job, I develop these skills. I'm great with numbers. I really enjoy working with data and having spreadsheets and analyze the spreadsheets because I know it can keep a business solvent, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I did it with outdated software. Well, we can certainly work on developing the skill sets and bringing you current. So for folks who enjoy data, of course, that would be the best choice. If someone enjoys being a bit more creative, well, there's creativity, there's design, there's online design. But one of the driving forces and one of the elements that we really look at in our programs is there a labor market here in Ventura County? Because the last thing you want to do as an older worker is invest a lot of your time into training for jobs that don't exist here in Ventura County. So one of the key things that, workers need to do is begin studying, begin looking at what is the labor market, where are the jobs? And we know in administrative type of positions, there's large growth, but in what specific category? Is it working with customer service, or is it working with data? Is it working, with various social media? And this particular change in how we're evolving in terms of our economy is also going to have other types of opportunities for folks. So I discourage anyone from giving up, but I would just encourage everyone from exploring and looking at their strengths and their interests, because that's what's going to help them find the right match.
Well, Nancy, I think that's wonderful. So it's really like you do the legwork. You help with some assessment. You help the older adult figure out what their special skill set, and then you go the extra mile by saying, well, let's plug your skill set into what we have in Ventura County that you can do. Those are wonderful things and wonderful opportunities for an older adult to know, because I don't know that John and Jane Q Public know that they can do that. They're wonderful resources. So you've talked a little bit about specific takeaways for our viewers. Can you tell me, Nancy, if I'm a potential employer, tell me how I could benefit. Tell me what are the benefits of hiring an older adult worker?
Well, through our program, there's definitely a benefit and an incentive that we provide. We do offer on the job training, and on the job training is fabulous. And that's because many of our adult workers have had a long work history. They have, good work ethic, good work habits, skills dealing with challenging situations, but perhaps their skills are not particularly current, maybe software, or maybe there's a gap in employment for whatever reason. What we offer employers is actually a reimbursement for an opportunity to give a dislocated worker or an adult worker a chance to work, and we reimburse them for a percentage of their wage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a benefit to the employer to hire someone with skills and abilities, but an opportunity to return someone into the labor market while we're defraying the cost for that skills upgrade. So it's a win-win situation for an employer and for a job seeker.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And if I'm an employer, do I wait to be contacted by AJCC for an older adult worker, or can I as an employer come to you?
Either way, we do have staff that will, connect with employers all the time. But I would strongly urge any employer who's in need of assistance with an older worker or with their workforce and is seeking a talent pool to contact us, and we will have someone immediately work with them and start talking about their needs. How can we help you? How can we find the right person that will address your workforce need? And if we need to train them and purchase an additional course to help them succeed in the job, we can certainly do that as well. There's a lot of options and flexibility. It's really more of a partnership, and I think I want to stress that. In order to be successful, folks need to invest their time, their resources. We're here to guide and be a partner with you. And I think that's really, really critical.
I agree. So what is the best way for our viewers to contact America's Jobs and Career Center about their services, or the AJCC? I like to give the acronym in case people hear that instead. So what's the best way our viewers and employers, an older adult, their loved ones could contact AJCC?
The best way to really connect with us is go to our website. Our website has all sorts of resources, but our phone number there, and also an email address. And, if you call us, we're happy to talk to you and connect you with our next person that can work with you through the process. Some of these programs do require some eligibility, but it's 805-204-5186, and we will have someone, connect you directly with the right person. But our website is also a great resource because you can do some research. You can see that we have information for employers, for job seekers, and community resources for Ventura County. And it's at VenturaCountyAJCC.org. I think everyone could benefit from just visiting that website. It's available 24/7.
Very good. And Nancy, if there's one thing, one salient point you can impress upon our viewers, what would that one thing be?
I think we are living challenging times right now, but be kind to yourself. It's often, especially older workers who've had a long work history, and, they're facing a time of, where they're looking for opportunities, and you're feeling, wow, maybe I'm just not skilled enough, not well enough. But you are, and know that you can do it. But being kind to yourself and investing in yourself with education, with training, and health-wise, be mindful of your health. And staying active is certainly a key, not only to learning, but also to staying, healthy and productive.
Well, Nancy, I want to thank you for your time. You've given our viewers some really wonderful information, some great takeaways, immediately executable things that they can utilize today. Go on the website today and get some extra information. So that's all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank Nancy again for her time and for speaking with us. My name is Monique Nowlin, and until next time, thank you for watching Our Ventura TV.
Thank you.